Okay, so welcome to your training session. And this portion of the training is to introduce you to the Startup Huddle St. Lucia program, what it actually is, what to expect from it, and what will happen moving forward. Okay? And introduction wise, my name is Michelle Samuel, and I am the head organizer of Startup Huddle St. Lucia. And my presentation is going to cover a number of topics, and which would be introducing you, like I said, to Startup Huddles in Lucia. I will also give you an overview of 1 Million Cups, which is the US-based version of the program. You will also learn about my organization, SLUDTERA, which is the host of the program. You will learn who the organizers of the program are. You will learn about the Young Leaders of the Americas Initiative, also known as YLAI. You will also learn about Global Entrepreneurship Week, also known as GEW. You will also get to learn about the Startup Huddle Solution activities during Global Entrepreneurship Week. Okay? And we move right into who we are and what the program is. So the Startup Huddle program is a simple way to engage entrepreneurs in communities around the world. Now, when you say around the world, what does that mean? It means that this program is not only being hosted in St. Lucia, it is actually being hosted in several chapters around the globe. It is a program that was created by the Global Entrepreneurship Network, and we have a license to host this chapter here in St. Lucia. There are several chapters being hosted in various countries, and what we do is that we organize a team of persons in our local community to host this program and to help boost the local entrepreneurship ecosystem. Now, on the second Wednesday of every month, commencing on November 14th, that is a Wednesday, the Startup Huddle St. Lucia program will offer one or two local entrepreneurs, in some cases regional, an opportunity to present their startups to a diverse audience of mentors, advisors, entrepreneurs, and most importantly, the community. Too many times we have heard, or should I say, I have heard entrepreneurs say that I did not know that this was there. I did not know that this existed. So what we're trying to do is to bridge that gap so that entrepreneurs in our community knows what's happening around them and who's responsible for those activities happening around them. Regional and international entrepreneurs are also welcome if they are interested in branching into the St. Lucian market or creating St. Lucian partnerships. So this program is also a platform that persons overseas can use to present their startups and let the local community know what they are doing and how they would like the St. Lucian community to benefit from what they are doing, if that is the case. Who we are. Continue. Now, just as our previous facilitators mentioned, it is not a sales pitch. Okay? Contrary to popular beliefs, not every time you present at a program, it means that you're trying to sell something. This is another such program. It is a program which allows you to explain what you do, why you do it, who it is for, what are the benefits of it, and why should we invest in you, whether we invest our time, invest our money, invest our knowledge, why should we invest in you? And why is it that you are sharing this information with us? Okay? And it is specifically for entrepreneurs that are 5 years old and younger. So the niche market is for startups. Startups usually fall within this category. Okay? After applying, selected participants in this event will be instructed to register for the Entrepreneurship Readiness Program, which provides you access to courses that are delivered online, which you can take at your own pace, on your own time, to help develop you as an entrepreneur and also on your business level. Okay? And why should you present at Startup Huddle St. Lucia? There are several other opportunities where you can go and pitch, try to sell yourself, try to sell your business. But what we are saying is that you should try Startup Huddle St. Lucia first. The question is why? And this explains. You get the opportunity to refine your presentation and your elevator pitch. So what you would have learned in this workshop, what you would have learned with the Toastmasters Club, what you would have learned in any sort of learning environment that provides you with information on how to present your business or your company or your social enterprise. The question is, how am I doing? Am I ready to go in front of an investor? Am I ready to go in front of a loan officer? Am I ready to go in front of an angel investor? Am I ready to go in front of a crowd and say, this is what I need from you? You have to be able to refine your presentation and your elevator pitch first. That is the first block in your foundation. Next, you have a network for support, including coaching from local and regional startup Huddle St. Lucia organizers. So that network, which you will be introduced to in a few slides, are persons who have gone through this stage, who are at different levels in their lives and in their companies, and who are willing to devote their time and their efforts to help coach you in that journey. Access to online training programs designed to help you create a powerful presentation and to master the Q&A. You will get to know what that Q&A session is in a few slides. But of course, those online training programs, you will get access to them through the Entrepreneurship Readiness Program that I mentioned earlier. Okay? An opportunity to present again and again after you have made significant changes. When you present at Startup Huddle St. Lucia, it is not a one-off thing that you're getting to do. You have the opportunity after presenting, after getting that feedback that you so need, that you're so looking for from the community, you'll be able to make significant adjustments or changes to your business or social enterprise. Because in so many different cases, we've heard about founders or entrepreneurs who have started in one way, with one direction in mind, and then after getting feedback, they decided to go a different route. This may be the case for you, or it may be that you simply improve on things as opposed to changing. So if you have presented on one day, you can come, let's say, 6 months down the line and then apply to present again. And in that presentation, the basis of that would be explaining to the audience what your changes or alterations have been. How have you improved since your last presentation? How has presenting at Startup Huddle St. Lucia benefited you and your business? Opportunity to present in another city. And that is something that you have an opportunity to do if you are interested in branching into outside markets. Because of course, we will be opening other Startup Huddle chapters in the Caribbean. So if you have an interest in branching into the Barbados market, or the Trinidadian market, or the Dominican market, then you can apply to present in their Startup Huddle chapter to that audience, because that is who your target market is. So you already have a platform that is readily available to you, as opposed to wondering, how do I reach them? The Startup Huddle chapter is a platform that is there, so you can reach that market. An opportunity to present at 1 million cups in any of the 100, that's an error, over 700 cities that where it is hosted in the northern United States. If you have an interest in breaking into that market or forming key partnerships. Now, we have a big thing about wanting to break out into a market. We're all looking at the US dollar figure. We don't want to keep ourselves secluded and confined to this little island. As much as we love our island, St. Lucia, we want to see ourselves go global. And that is the mindset that we want to ensure that you have when you present at Startup Huddle St. Lucia. You may not have intended to grow beyond St. Lucia, but we'd like to introduce this idea to you. We would like you to have a global mindset. Yes, you mentioned you have a sauce, a delicious sauce. Do you know that there are local sauces selling overseas? Wouldn't you like your sauces to be on shelves overseas and then know that you have branched out of St. Lucia? Your restaurant or your business may be physically here, but your sauces are all over the place. Everybody will know you. And then when they buy this sauce on the US shelf, they'll be like, "Well, where is this sauce made?" And they turn to the back and they say, "Made in St. Lucia." They taste that sauce and they said, I've been to St. Lucia, but I didn't know that this sauce was here. And I want to visit this person who makes this sauce. Amen. And guess what? They're going to literally travel to St. Lucia for a sauce to meet you and then get to experience your restaurant and lounge. So your sauce can actually attract more customers. Okay? So think about that global mindset. And KL Productions. How would you like your band, your company, your organization, your team of members to reach places that you didn't foresee? You said your tagline is?
What?
Your tagline is?
The tagline.
Oh, that.
Your tagline is?
Reaching out to the soul.
Reaching hearts.
I just think it was
Your tagline is reaching hearts and saving souls. Are you telling me that you're only trying to reach hearts in St. Lucia?
No. Everywhere.
No. What is your vision again? Remind me of your vision.
Number one.
To be the number one where? In the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So he wants to go beyond the St. Lucia market. But how do you reach beyond the St. Lucia market? What are you doing right now that would allow you to reach beyond St. Lucia? What measures have you put in place to allow that to happen? So, by participating in a program such as this allows you to do this very thing that you're looking to. Okay? Now, with the 1 million cups, as I said, that is a US-based version of the program. So, let's say in your case, Nelly's Mix It Up, you would like to branch out into the US market. Is there a particular city or state that you'd like to branch out into? Doing your market research, that's where that comes in. What city or state in the US is particularly popular with sauces and food? Which market they literally puts themselves on the map and say, we are the foodie state, or we are the state for meat, or we are the state for whatever the case may be. There are states that identify themselves with food. Do you want to branch out to this market? Then you find out, is there a 1 million cups chapter that hosts programs that you can present at? Then here you go. You apply to present at that chapter so that this particular audience can hear what you have to offer and say, hey, you want to branch out into our market? These are the people you need to speak to. So that is a platform that is already existing for you in order to do that. Okay? A diverse audience to engage with and the opportunity for exposure to new markets and people. So, diverse. Can anybody tell me what that would mean? So, what do you think that would mean? Diverse.
Different.
Different people, different races, interacting with different diverse.
Maybe races, people just means.
Maybe Christian, non-Christian.
Well, in your case, it would be Christian and non-Christian. In terms of Melly's Big Setup, what would it be?
Everyone.
Yeah, like different customers.
Different customers. Now, in your mind, you're freaking only customers.
Different food.
Different food. Okay, so your diverse audience are variations of people, races, backgrounds, ethnicities, cultures. That's what diversity is about. So you're you're actually presenting your business, your social enterprise, your venture, your project, whatever it is, to this audience because you want to get their feedback as to how they perceive you, how they perceive your business. And there are different ways to go about doing that. You can do a survey based on how many people, how will you reach all those audiences, in one go. You can do advertising and wait to hear feedback. But of course, that's the money you have to put in first. How do you get feedback, genuine feedback in real time from all different walks of life about your project or product or venture or company. How do you do that? This is what this platform enables you to do. The potential to receive local, regional, and national media coverage on your startup. Hey, guess what? You need to advertise. You need people to know what you do. You don't have to pay a cent. When you present your startup at a Startup Huddle chapter, not just here, but at every chapter, the events are streamed live. The events are recorded live. So there are potential investors watching. There are customers watching. There are networks watching. Your peers are watching. Everyone who knows that there's a chapter launching here will be watching you. So if you're looking for free advertising where you can reach a global market, this is what is there for you. Okay? Now, what will you get out of presenting? People want to know what's in it for me, right? We'll get to that point, but what you will also get is you'll join a global network of presenters, you will crowdsource solutions and plug into your community. You will meet amazing mentors, investors, co-founders, and sponsors who are ready to help with solutions. You will also see that your community is here to help you. Again, I'm going back to the point I made before. So many times have I heard persons say, I didn't know that this was there. I didn't know that this existed. You'll be able to plug into the community. You'll get to know who the community is. The entrepreneur, local community, who they are, what are they doing? What do they offer? Maybe it is that you're looking for business cards. And those bigger companies, they're so pricey, you cannot afford it. But as a startup that's doing business cards, that's more affordable. There you go, right there. You can tap into that resource. So by getting to know who's around you, what they do, what they provide, what they offer, you'll be able to have a better understanding as to where you fit into that community. And also meeting mentors and investors. As I said, those persons will be watching you present live. Okay? In terms of the mentors, that is what we are as a network. Okay?
Yes. I said that somebody gets quick memory based on my present.
Right.
Let's say, like example, David,
Awesome.
only bad things they put.
Oh, that's a general statement, eh?
No, yeah, general. I'm just saying, like they put the bodily there, they put the prayer latiny there, they put what?
You're talking about buildings and structures.
Yeah, all them negative things there. So it's time for them to have a music school in your pocket.
Music school.
Yeah, but
okay.
You understand? I did that.
That's an idea.
Yeah, for my
all right, so that's
so while you're talking there, just
okay, excellent. I hope you wrote that down.
I write it down.
Okay. Now there's another word I want you to take note of. It says crowdsource. Do you know what that means? Have you heard that term before? Okay. Have you heard the term crowdfunding? What does crowdfunding mean to you? What do you understand crowdfunding to mean? People giving you money. Okay, a lot of people giving you money. Okay, crowdfunding is the ability to appeal to the emotions of persons that are watching and listening, and then be able to donate and contribute to your venture financially. Okay? Without even knowing who you are. Without even meeting you face to face.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Right now is a new big thing.
Yeah. Good.
And again, you will get access to that information through us as well, because we have a lot of our network members who raise funds through crowdfunding. So you'll get to know how that works. Now, crowdsource solutions. You're looking for solutions to your problems. You're looking for solutions to where you're stuck in your business or your social venture. This platform allows you to crowdsource. Remember, you're in a diverse audience. They will provide you with the feedback and possible solutions to the problems that you're trying to solve. Okay? Crowdsourcing solutions. So when you come to present in this program, you literally have to come ready with a notebook and pen to take down the information that you're getting. I mean, not while you're on the stage, but you will have the opportunity to take down the information and to literally reflect on the information that you were given, the feedback that you were given, and then apply it to your business. And then take a look at your map and see, does this really make sense? And did they bring up things that you never even considered? These are questions that you'll be asking yourself. And lastly, again, see that a community is here to help you. And that is a key point, the culminating point in the presentation at each of the huddles. Because there's a question that they ask you. What can we as a community do to help you? This is your big ask. This is where you state what you're looking for. This is where you state what you need to do to take your business, to take your social venture, to take your project to the next level. What do you need? How can we help you? Because we as a community are here to help you. We are literally taking our time, our efforts, and our energies, and we're putting ourselves in a position where we can help you, but you have to tell us how we can help you. What do you need? Do you need a space? A larger space? Do you need equipment? Tell us that. And let us know what it costs so we have an idea. And the people who are listening will take note and say, okay, based on his or her presentation, I would love to invest or support this. So I will help you with your ask. I will help you with your need. So this is where you state that. Okay? Now, these are the steps when it comes to presenting in Startup Huddle St. Lucia. If you've never gone through these steps before, this is where you need to fully understand how those steps really work. Okay? So the first step is to educate yourself on what it takes to present at Startup Huddle. Okay? Now the criteria is standard for every chapter around the globe. There are just a few tweaks and changes that we have made to suit our St. Lucia market. Okay? So, Startup Huddle St. Lucia is an educational experience because you come to learn, you come to share, you come to experience, and of course you come to network. Okay? And it is designed for companies through the early stages of a new venture. And as such, there's specific criteria that we use when selecting presenters. Because not everybody who applies will be approved. Okay? The business model conveys intention and ability to grow. No business, and that's typically the mindset of all investors, no business would start and not want to grow at some point. Okay? Whether it is that you want to grow in customer base, whether it is you want to grow geographically, you want to branch out, or whether it is you want to grow in terms of size, you want to hire persons. Every business has an intention to grow. In what ways? Using technology to scale. Is your business using some form of technology that is unique, that is innovative, that is going to attract new customers and clients? Are you expanding by cities or states or your region, unconstrained by geography, meaning that you have no intention of staying where you are? You want to move beyond. You want to open different branches. This is what it means by growing. Okay? And you have a new disruptive business model. Now, what is disruptive? Normally, when you hear disruptive, it's a negative term, right? But here, it's a good thing. It's an excellent thing, as a matter of fact. Is your business model positioned in a way that people are like, oh, it's never been done like that before. I've never seen that model before. I wonder how it actually looks. And that's where your practical application comes in. In the last presentation, they mentioned a prototype. Your business model says you're going to do it this way as opposed to how everybody else has ever done it. People would think that's crazy. That's how we're used to it being done. But no, you have a disruptive model. And I'm going to show you how it looks. This is my prototype. And you show them how it looks and like, whoa, they're blown away. I want to invest in that. And I want to be the first person to invest in that. In these cases, you would find investors wanting to invest the most money first. I want to invest in it first. I want to be the one that is associated with this disruptive model, as opposed to, okay, let me see who will take a whack at it first, let me see how it works, and then probably I might invest in it. Depending on how well you deliver, somebody will be willing to say, you know what, I'm willing to give $1 million. What do you need? This is new, this is fresh, I'm willing to help you make it happen. The company ideally is 3 years old or younger, and 3 to 5 if the company still lacks customers. Now, when we say still lacking customers, you have been around for a while, you've been developing, but your customer base is still small. You know, you haven't reached the market that you would really like to reach, but you'd like to expand beyond that. So you're using this platform in order to do that. This is what this is for. Okay. In addition, specific to our program here, for foreign presenters, because we will be having presenters from other countries come to present here. They have an interest in branching into the St. Lucia markets or seeking to form partnerships in St. Lucia. Whether it be for business purposes to create employment, or to provide support in creating employment, or social purposes to address key health, environmental issues, or academic issues to promote education, and other projects which address the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, keep that acronym in mind, that Team SHSL will be focusing on, because that's another component of the program. We will be engaging entrepreneurs who are addressing some or more of the SDGs, and there are very specific ones that we have highlighted that are of importance to us as a people and in our region. Again, I will say this: if your company is not accepted, please do not be offended, because we have a set criteria which to follow. Okay? We hope that you will still attend Startup Dissolution. So even if you don't get selected, please attend and support the others, because that's what we're supposed to do, support. Okay? Now, what is required before you present? You fill out the application, which all of you did. The organizers will get back to the response. If you're accepted, you will be sent a date to present, which of course you both accepted your dates. And if the date doesn't work with you, for example, in your case, if something comes up and it would prevent you from presenting on that date, your assigned organizer will work with you to select a different date. Okay? You will enroll in the Entrepreneurship Readiness Program, or ERP for short. You will receive coaching from the organizer and your mentor on your presentation. Now, you do have an option to be assigned a mentor, and the mentor will come from that network of professionals that I've already mentioned. This is a network of persons who have gone through the stage already, and they have decided that they would like to offer their services to assist someone who is in a similar industry that they are in.
So when you get to them,
well, in terms of getting to know who those persons are, those persons, I will actually be sending them your information, and they will let me know whether they have the time, of course, to go ahead and coach you guys. But if in case we are unable to get you a mentor which is specifically related to your industry, we may be able to get you somebody who is maybe along the lines of, or you will just be working with your assigned organizer. Okay? Prepare a 6-minute presentation. That is the length of time you have to present. No more than that. And that's a lot, actually.
yeah.
You can say a lot in 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, when you're in an exam, 5 minutes passes like that. But when you're talking, it's a long time. And especially when you have a lot of eyes on you, it feels like eternity. But just keep in mind, it is the key things that you need to say in that 6-minute presentation. And you will have your timer there for you to see. If you go beyond the 6 minutes, you will be cut off. So try your best to stay within that 6-minute presentation.
What happened if you go under?
Under is fine. And that's fine. But it's always good to leave a little bit of leeway for any additional slides that you may have in your presentation based on questions that the expert panel or audience may ask you. So say, for example, if you have a slide which actually shows a picture of what your product would look like based on your ask. So let's say, for example, your ask would have been, I would like $50,000 to make my product more user-friendly, and this is what it would look like. So it wasn't in your presentation, but the slide was allocated for that. So that, let's say, for example, if one of the expert panelists said, but okay, you said you wanted $50,000 to invest in improving your product, what does it look like? Or how do you have an idea as to what, it would be more user-friendly? Explain that to me. So then you have a slide that shows that. So that's when you bring up that slide. Okay?
That's included in your 6 minutes as well?
No. Okay, so your 6 minutes is specific to the slides that you have for your presentation, but you can have additional slides to help answer certain questions that you may be asked.
So the question is after your 6 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
For example,
Sorry. Yeah.
For example, I was saying, like if you want them to have like build a building or something, you have to come with the direct price and everything. So you like
Well, you must have a budget.
350,000.
You must have a budget. So okay, so what would that go towards? So I'm not expecting you to actually have a drawing of a building on a slide, but you have allocation of course. So you're looking for $350, $350 broken down, this goes to that, this goes to that, this goes to that. So persons have an idea as to how the costs are allocated. And that's what investors want to know. Where is the money going? And then they will give an idea as to, but why so much money in that and why not put it more towards this? Okay, so you have a slide specifically for that, if in case that question comes up. Always be prepared for the what if. Okay? Take the Pitch 101 course, and of course that was recommended to you, and I'm hoping that you've started already. There's also an online Google Classroom where you can literally attack each of the videos individually, watch them on your own time, make comments on them, you can engage with your other classroom, your other classmates, and then give your feedback on what you think about it. And other persons can comment as well. The Pitch 101 course is specific to this program because we recommend persons take this course because of the fact that it was created by the Kaufman Foundation. And the Kaufman Foundation was responsible for creating 1 million cups. Yeah. Practice, practice, practice. You see that again? That is so important. Practicing for your pitch is important. Practice in the mirror, practice with your family, practice with your friends. Oh, and key thing, record yourself. Put your phone on, press record, step away, and pretend you have an audience. Trust me, even if you're alone, your phone will put you in that position where you feel like you're in front of an audience. So even then you will be nervous. But by doing it more and more often, you will be able to overcome those nerves that you have. And then eventually get to the point where you can face a crowd without jumping, or freezing, or choking.
You ever had nerves?
Okay, let me give you a personal experience. I am a very, very, very big introvert. I was the shyest person you would meet. I would never speak in public. I hate cameras. These are things that my friends know about me. Public speaking, not my thing. Every time that came around and hands went up, I went to the back of the line. Anytime I had to read or say something, I would come up with a reason as to why I wasn't feeling well. I avoided being the center of attention because I did not like it. I literally wanted to sink into the ground. I would start to sweat profusely, my hands got cold, I started to shake, I started to tremble, and eventually I thought everybody thought I was ugly. They looking at how my shoes look, how my clothes look, everything was on my mind. Until finally, I literally just couldn't function. My voice would not function. My voice would not project as much as I would like it to.
Shut down.
No, not shut down. Huh? I would close down, shut off. Completely just shut off. And I would just be standing there and I was feeling weak and my feet glued to the ground. I want to run, I cannot run. So I just close my eyes and pretend nobody's watching. That's how I would process being in the public eye. Do you know when I overcome that? Guess how long ago I overcome that?
Plus 101.
Plus 101?
Which one?
No.
Separation.
I overcome that in the YLAI program. That was just last year.
What?
And you good too?
That's what I'm telling you. These programs really do help you. They really do. You could not find me speaking to anybody in public. I'm not wanting to just run away. But now, with participating in programs such as these, it gives you the confidence level to speak and to share with people the situations, because you know what happened? I realized that I was not alone. I was not the only person who felt like that. I was not the only person who wanted to scream and to shrink. There were other people just like me. We just needed that support system. And then practicing with these people, they gave you that support that you needed to the point where you were confident enough to say, okay, I'm not the only one. You guys have helped me enough. We have practiced. I am ready now to do this. And this is where I am now from last year. From somebody who never spoke. My very first ever pitch competition was last year. Very first ever. I've never done anything like that before. And when I was done, I was proud of myself. I was like, praise the Lord. It's over, yes. But I was proud of myself because I accomplished something that I never thought I'd be able to do. And that was because I had that support system. And this is what you will get when you present a startup at Dissolution. And not just there, you will get other support systems as well. Look, you now have an invitation to Toastmasters Club, another support system. Would you have been introduced to it if you had not applied? Maybe, maybe not. But God has a way of working. Show up 30 minutes before startup at Dissolution. Now people are talking Lucian time now. Lucian time does not apply. Let me say that again. I thought I would do that place over. Let me say that again. Lucian time does not apply here. You arrive 30 minutes before you are scheduled to present. What time does the event start? Let me see.
9:30.
At 9:30. So what time should you be there?
8:30.
Wow, I am amazed. I am amazed. 8:30. I'm proud of you. I hope you stick to that.
Yeah.
I
I
hope
my laptop today.
I hope you all
I have
stick
to
to
come
that.
out. If I come on,
I'll be there for you.
I hope you stick to that.
but the thing is, I hope you all stick to it too, because I've been to so many events in Dissolution and I'm always the first there, and I'm like, not even the presenters.
Oh no,
are
sweetheart.
there.
This one
Like-
is different. This one is different. This one is different. And the team behind it, we are different. We are professionals.
Okay.
Okay? So we have to set the stage. We cannot expect you to emulate it if we don't set the standard.
That's right.
Okay? Unless the venue is the reason why we cannot start on time, we will start on time. But we cannot start without the present.
Yes.
Yeah. So you have to be
On time. That's right.
if you must foresee, certain delays.
Yeah.
So please don't leave your home at 8:30 and then come across. Leave early enough.
Or you get the traffic.
Because there's heavy traffic on a morning. Every morning there's traffic. So make allowance, and again, depending on where you live, make allowances for that, please. Okay?
Get on to the bus. Tire flat.
All right. Your 6-minute educational presentation. Some of you asked, but what does the presentation look like? It's 10 slides.
I see things like nothing to food. Seriously, based on what the video was telling me there, that things like nothing.
Believe me,
Yeah.
you will be able to do that.
Things like that.
10 slide is what you need for your presentation. Your PowerPoint.
You see, the thing is, you reading word for word from your slides. You need to be PowerPoint and you expand for yourself so you get more slides out of it. You understand?
How much of them together?
What's the point of writing everything you're going to say if they can read it themselves?
Precisely.
So
You speaking takes place of the words that would have been on the slides. You must have words on your slides, but the majority of what you have to say comes from you. Okay? And of course, your assigned organizer will be assisting you with putting that together. Okay? That's where we come in. That's where the mentor comes in. We help you to put that together. So you're not on your own. No. You are not on your own. And that's what I am here for as well.
Amen.
You are not on your own. This is something that you need to understand. In every step of this program, you will never be on your own unless you're on the stage. Nobody will be standing next to you. That's where you're on your own. All right. Then after you present, now this is the part people will be like really fearful. You have 10 minutes of Q&A with the expert panel.
I never feel that.
Never.
That's one thing. Interactive for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
I would like to see you prove that.
You must have the information to answer the questions. That's the thing.
10 minutes is not a lot, right?
Yes, that's more than my
That's
6
a
minutes.
I mean, more interact, more happy.
Okay.
I don't know.
Some people
That's
are good
good.
at, some people are good at
That's good.
answering questions rather than just standing there.
Yeah.
So the Q&A allows you to kind of mellow down and come off the little heightened part of presenting, so it allows you to calm down.
Yeah.
So now you can process.
Be yourself.
Yeah, process. So all of the jargon and stuff that you may not have been able to say, and you being you, being able to express yourself, now's the time for you to really get conversational.
They're like, that's different people.
Remember, we are all people.
Yeah.
We are all the same. We're all the same level. We may have different titles, different positions, but we are all people. We are simply having a conversation. Okay? So the 10-minute Q&A will be your expert panel. You'll get to see who they are in a few minutes. Now, your expert panel has specific questions based on your presentation. It's not scripted.
So it's only the panel people that asking questions?
No. The questions are not scripted. They are not written down based on a set pattern of questions. No. They are going to ask you questions based on what you present. Okay? And these are experts for a reason. They are established, successful people in their fields.
So you kind of like do the screenshot, do the taping, and then edit it.
Everything live.
Everything is live.
Take a bullet there.
Everything is live. And then you have 10 minutes of Q&A with the audience.
That's another 10 minutes?
That's another 10 minutes. So you have 20 minutes in all of Q&A. So you're standing there for 20 minutes, which will pass like that, trust me, of talking about your business. This is your opportunity to tell them what it is that you're doing. So the audience will now be open and say, okay, so where can I find you? And what's your prices? You answer the question. That's your moment to really expand. All the things you couldn't say in your slides, that's when you say it. Okay? Then you have students who will be attending. Yeah. You're going to have business persons attending. Investors attending. Other entrepreneurs in the community will be attending. And of course, your live viewers. They also be able to ask you questions.
So how you can go online live to see that?
Yeah, it's going to be streamed by our Facebook and by our YouTube channel.
So
Never see that.
So when you view online, there's a chat box. And then they type in their questions.
Somebody from us they're on YouTube, yes, go on YouTube and they see live.
They go on our channel here.
That's how I watch my news. Live on YouTube.
You have a special channel?
Yes, we do.
What's the channel? Yes.
Type in the name when you see it. Subscribe. We are on YouTube, we are on Facebook, we're on
I didn't
Twitter.
up on Facebook. I didn't see that right chat.
Yeah, we are there. You are there. So we're going to be live on our Facebook page and on our YouTube channel. Yeah. So persons will be watching you guys. We're still trying to work this out, but we may be live broadcasting as well on television. So if that works out well, then we'll let you know. So persons who may not be able to physically attend will be able to watch you. Now, in terms of asking questions, when they type in the questions, the organizers will be seeing it and they will relay those questions to you. And then you'll be able to answer those questions, whoever the viewers are.
Okay.
Okay? Now, the audience, the attendees, and the live audience will be filling out a survey on you. Okay? The survey is based on the presentation. We'll be asking them specific questions. What do you think about this? Think about that. And then all this information will be compiled and put into a file just for you, along with feedback from the organizers and from the expert panel. So you now have market research information. You now have feedback from audience all over the place based on what you presented. So you can take that information and use it now to your advantage. And this is free information, much needed information that can help take you to the next level. So not only are you getting feedback, that's free surveys. Not only are you getting advice from experts, that's consultation fees that you don't have to pay. You're also getting mentoring that you don't have to pay for. This is valuable catch. Now that is something. What's the catch? There's no catch. It's just for you.
That's for you.
It's for you.
Maybe they say they understand what you
A
presented.
lot of people start
Yeah.
like that, and then it's like, okay, you have to pay for something. But you said it's free.
Every aspect of this program is free. Okay? Every aspect of it is free.
Yeah, I heard about a certificate thing.
Yeah. Now, after your presentation, which is what I was just saying, you receive feedback from the organizers via the survey. You may receive private comments and feedback from the audience. This will go directly into your company file for your eyes only. So if you decide to share, that is you. But it is for your self-development. Okay? While in St. Lucia, you also have the opportunity to participate in our monthly organizers forum. This is an addition to what is right now being done in the standard chapters. We have added a forum. In this forum, the organizers and the expert panel will be discussing certain topics based on their expertise and based on the presentations that they view. Whether there is a set theme or whether it is based on the presentations, the organizers and the expert panel will be meeting and discussing. So you can actually attend this forum. Okay. Participate in Startup Policy Solution. So this is step 2. So for persons who have never heard of it, who would like to actually find out what's this about, they can attend. It's free. We sell tickets, but the tickets are free. Because you need a ticket to get access to the venue. Okay, so it's not a case where you just walk in. No. You have to purchase a free ticket.
So it's like your name at the door or something?
Yeah. Because every time you get a ticket, we get a copy of your ticket. So we can check you off the list when you come. If you're not on the list, don't be offended. You need a ticket to get access to the venue. Because we have limited seats. That is something that you need to understand. So if you would like your friends, your family to attend and just to support you, ask them to please buy
Ticket.
quote unquote
A free ticket.
book,
No, but
get
the
their
participants
tickets.
not like getting like special tickets for the family.
It's an online thing.
Instead of going for all that.
That is a set process.
That is to show you how interested your family is in
But like then your mom about
you do it for her.
yeah, some people,
There is
That's it.
always some way to get access to getting that ticket. Always a way. They may not be able to do it themselves, somebody can wait for them.
Yeah.
That's what you're there for. You're the entrepreneur who make it happen. Make it happen. Your mom wants to come, she's not too computer savvy, do the ticket for her on behalf. And then when it's printed, I'll give it to her. So she comes, all she has to just present it. That's all she has to do.
Print the ticket out.
Yes, you have to print it. You need to show your ticket to get access to the
Entrepreneurs have so much things in our
What if
mind.
I forget the ticket?
So I say you're allowed to like look at the 5
I
tickets.
signed up for November,
give us,
but I don't know anything
give us
about
5
printing
tickets. We give in our family members 5 tickets. You understand? To come to the show. Yeah, because we had to present. We had to host.
No, that's a procedure. You go to the website, it's on Eventbrite, then you print out your ticket, you come with it. If you forget it, then okay, we won't penalize. We won't tell you, okay,
What's your
you
name?
stay outside.
ID? It's my ID.
We don't tell you, okay, you need to stay outside. Your names are on the list. Once you purchase a ticket, your name will be put on the list.
So you can purchase like 5 tickets one day.
Yeah, you can purchase in groups, yeah.
So you get to attend to the event.
Yeah,
And
5 tickets, yeah.
I put the names of
Yeah, the name. It's asking for the
all
name.
names of
Okay, so what will happen is that when you come to the check-in, they will check off your name, whatever. Of course, you can show ID. We're going to be very, very, very thorough. This is not your typical Lucia event. That's something you need to remember.
Nobody.
Nobody.
If somebody can make it easy, John Doe. John Doe and
Not in this case.
Send Paul on your behalf.
Step 3. This is important. Give back. Yes, this is for you. Guess what? You're not the only one. There are others that don't know about it. And those that do, they need help too. How can you now share what you have benefited from? So once you've presented, it's time to give back to the startup program. So you, of course, attend when you can. We're not telling you attend every single one, but because it is a consistent program that is held every single month, you can literally mark on your calendar a date that you'd like to attend and attend. Okay? It is the second Wednesday of every month. Key thing, second Wednesday of every month. Mentor or coach future presenters. You have just gone through the program. Now you can help somebody who's just starting out. You are in a position to do that now. Join our workshops or coaching sessions. So when we have sessions such as these, you can join us. You can help give feedback to the new ones that are starting. Refer startups to present. Those that have never heard of the program. Once you've benefited from it and you understand what the benefits are, and you understand what it can do for you, then you spread the word to others that are starting out to and say, hey, you know what? I participated in the program. It is awesome. This is what it did for me. And I think it's a perfect place for you to, to branch out as well.
But you already have to, like I think you said before, be in the business for at least a year or so.
No, not be in the business for a year. Startup is from, I wouldn't say ideation, because ideation means you haven't started anything as yet. So I would say that you've been there for like a little over a couple of months, but not necessarily a year, because that's your startup stage. Ideation means you're not there yet. You're not really started anything.
Like the business has to actually be open, or just the idea on paper?
No, the idea on paper, no. That's not a business yet.
Okay.
Because that means you have not done anything as yet.
Sometimes
That's
people don't
the
know the
idea.
step to actually.
Yeah. Invite other people to attend. So other people may be interested. Invite them as in get the tickets, invite them to attend. Give advice and feedback on your startup Huddle experience. So when you are interviewed by the media, which you will be, when people speak to you, tell about it. What was it like for you? What did you learn? What did you experience? What was so life-changing about it? If it didn't have an effect on you, say that too. Hey, be honest. But give your feedback. Okay? Host a startup Huddle in your own country. Now, this pertains to persons who are not in Lucia. Okay? So, for persons, let's say, who are in other Caribbean islands that would like to see a program like this in their country and it's not existing, they must first attend one, speak with the organizer and get a feel for what it's like, and then they can apply to host one in their own country. Okay? Now, we are going into 1 million cups. As I said before, 1 million cups is the US-based version of this program. This is where it all started. Based on the notion that entrepreneurs discover solutions and engage with their communities over 1 million cups of coffee. You know, they're very famous for their coffee. They love their coffee. The Ewing Marion Hoffman Foundation developed 1 million cups in 2012, not that long ago. Not that long ago. It's a free program designed to educate, engage, and inspire entrepreneurs around the country through the power of volunteers. 1 million cups has grown to now more than 180 communities. That is just in the US alone. As a program of the Kaufman Foundation, 1 million cups works with entrepreneurs, empowering them with the tools and resources to break down barriers. So where you thought before you could not get, now we're saying you can get there. That stand in the way of starting and growing their business. Mr. Kaufman believed it was a fundamental right